Harry Truman was an American politician that represented and served as the 33rd President of the United States. Truman was worried that if Korea fell, the next country to fall would be Japan, and that was really important for the American trade. This was probably the most important reason for America's involvement in the war. MacArthur was born in 1880, January 26. MacArthur had a father named Arthur MacArthur, and his father was eminent to World War II.
Oh, here's a letter from the NSC on how to protect the interests of the United States. What? I have to use more military? I have to contain communism? What people like that? What excuse can I use? It says that the Soviet-backed North Korea has recently invaded the South to spread communism. The US could aid South Korea and use it as an excuse to develop our nuclear weapons. I think General MacArthur would be a suitable choice to lead our army in Korea. He did a great job during World War II fighting the Japanese and taking back some of their islands. I feel that he'll continue his success in the Korean Peninsula.
At this stage in the war, it was clear that the US would win if there were no interruptions. MacArthur and Truman are meeting at Wake Island since MacArthur wanted to convince the president that it was necessary to push into North Korea. Truman was scared that China would come to North Korea's aid, and MacArthur assured Truman that this would not happen.
Sir, our forces are currently pushing hard into North Korea. At this rate, there's no way we're going to lose this war.
If that is the case, then we should limit the amount of resources we spend in this war. If victory is all but guaranteed, there's no reason to spend more people or resources in this war.
With all due respect, sir, I disagree with that statement. One of the biggest reasons why we started this war was to eliminate the spread of communism. So, the only surefire way to do this is to eliminate their entire forces. If anything, we should continue pushing until we reach the northern border.
I have considered that option, but I don't think it's the best option. If you continue pushing into China, then China will definitely not appreciate having a US-backed country on its border. They will retaliate.
Sir, China will not intervene. They know our military is vastly superior than them, so they would be way too scared to push back. So, trust me on this like you always have.
Fine, I'll let your troops continue pushing into the North Korea. However, if China does intervene, there will be consequences.
Okay. May I come in, sir?
Come in.
You seem very stressed. What made you call me this afternoon?
It seems that if your predictions were incorrect, Communist China has indeed come to help North Korea, and now all our troops have pushed back to 38th parallel. I insisted that you could stop pushing, but you convinced me not to. I hope you have a plan for this.
Obviously. I had a plan as soon as I told you the Chinese would not intervene in this war.
Let me hear of this brilliant plan.
Sir, my plan is that we are going to bomb those Chinese. It's the best plan we've got.
That is your plan? Didn't start World War III so soon? Do you think the USSR is going to stand back and watch China get bombed? They're going to come aid their fellow communist China, and we're going to be in big trouble. Being now in possession of nuclear weapons as well, and we can only imagine the impacts that nuclear war will have upon the world.
Sir, we cannot be sure that that will happen. Your approval of this plan could end the war much quickly. It could also eliminate another source of communism. The only thing you have to do right now is say yes.
I refuse. I have tested you once before, and see how that came out. Come back with another plan.
Well, why don't you tell me another?
The furious MacArthur goes on to publicly criticize the decisions that Truman made. The American people are very supportive of the general.
Hello, everyone. I am Military General Captain MacArthur. I have a statement to make today. I have a brilliant idea to win the war on the Korean Peninsula. If we bomb certain Chinese cities that support the North Korean soldiers, the war would be over in a matter of months. However, President Truman is not allowing me to execute this plan.
He keeps on ignoring my orders and is now announcing it publicly. He leaves me with no choice but to fire him. So, JK, let's discuss the pros and cons of the US during the Korean War.
Okay, so what's the main reason for the US to join the war?
There are very many reasons. One of them was it helped shut down communism all around the world and also helped prevent the domino effect from happening. It showed a message to China and to the USSR that the US would protect weaker and smaller countries from communism. A little bit less heroic reason was it was an excuse to expand the military and the nuclear weapons as part of the arms race.
That's true, but however, there are many things that the US had to sacrifice by participating. That includes how they needed a lot of resources and many people will die. And there was no guarantee that they will win the war. And it could have ended in World War III.
As Harry Truman was president at the time, he weighed the options and he finally concluded that the pros outweigh the cons. So the Korean War, the US was involved in the Korean War.